The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children stated, the most recent, comprehensive national study for the number of missing children estimated in 1999. Key facts: National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Approximately 800,000 children younger than 18 were reported missing. More than 200,000 children were abducted by family members. An estimated 115 children were the victims of stereotypical kidnapping. These stereotypical kidnappings involved someone the child did not know or was an acquaintance. The child was held overnight, transported 50 miles or more, killed, ransomed or held with the intent to keep the child permanently. In 2013, there were 462,567 entries for missing children under the age of 18 into the FBI's National Crime Information Center, also called NCIC. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children has assisted law enforcement in the recovery of more than 199,575 missing children since it was founded in 1984. Our recovery rate for missing children has grown from 62% in 1990 to 97% today. But there is over 45,000 missing children, and according to Wikipedia, murder of James Bulger, linked to the discovery of the child pornography, which included many children. Also, FBI, child porn found on Josh Powell's computer. Salt Lake City, AP, investigators found child pornography on Josh Powell's computer at least 17 months before he killed his children and himself, according to FBI documents. The Salt Lake Tribune reported Saturday that the documents show the FBI was investigating the disappearance of his wife, Susan Powell, as well as possession of child pornography. And Bremer, an attorney for Susan Powell's parents, said the family was never told the FBI was investigating Josh Powell for child pornography. If the state of Washington's Department of Social and Health Services had known about the suspected child pornography, it never would have let him have those kids, she said. When a state worker delivered 7-year-old Charlie and 5-year-old Braden to Josh Powell's rented home in Graham, Washington, on February 5, 2012, Josh Powell locked out the worker and ignited a fire that killed him and his sons. Susan Powell, who was last seen at her West Valley City, Utah, home on December 6, 2009, has never been found. Josh Powell had been previously linked to child pornography, the Tribune reported. At hearings in the state of Washington to determine custody of his children, then Assistant Washington Attorney General John M. Long said Powell was under investigation for child pornography after cartoon images of incest between mothers and children were found on his computer in late 2009 or early 2010. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, you have until November 5, 2014, to tell the United States government to buy these children from this evil, as we see it, and bring these children to America, out of harm's way. and shut these child porn sites down. Mopadulge.com is now listed as a child porn site by many networks.
In any specific socioeconomic state. This is a crime that cuts across all strata.
It happens in the cities, and it happens in the suburbs, and it happens in the rural communities. There is no place that's immune.
The Internet Crimes Against Children task forces are one of the most successful collaborations between local, state, and federal law enforcement in the history of the U.S.
Our primary partner, our primary ally in this effort are the Internet Crimes Against Children task forces.
The task force program is administered from the national level at the Office of Juvenile Justice Links Prevention. In 1998, we started off with only 10 sites. The next year, we added 10 more task forces. And finally, in 2000, 10 more that gave us a total of 30. Today, we have 61 regional sites.
And the government today said it expressed its helplessness when it came to putting curbs on online pornography. The government's admission was made in the Supreme Court, where a public interest litigation was filed last year, demanding a ban on child pornography and blocking of adult porn sites in India.
We block one porn site, another one opens. The government pleading its helplessness before the top court as it explained to the authorities its struggle to block pornographic websites. The laws should be faster than technology, said the Chief Justice of India.
It's possible for once, but they'll come up again next day. What will you do? And as per law, you will have to give every time a reason in writing to block a site. And imagine 4 crore papers for 4 crore websites, and they come up again next morning. What will you do?
There are just 2 ways of blocking porn. One, by actually removing the content from the internet. This is possible only in countries where the content is illegal and thus can be removed. The other way has been, and the one which is highly been relied upon by the government, is by blocking the website URLs. This is by asking service providers to block these URLs. However, this hasn't really worked in the past, with websites like savitabhabi.com easily returning back to the internet by changing their URL address.